Okay. So just a quick notes. We have updated yesterday's material. So you're supposed to have the full access for Django material in yesterday's link. I will send that in the chat as well. Okay, so as you can see, I've just sent you the link to the material. Yesterday's material stopped around, I think, page 50 something. Let me just check. Okay, so yeah, we stopped around 52 when we have covered the HTML tags. 51, thank you. So today's we're gonna start at, this is the schedule for today's. We're gonna start with the query set. Then we're gonna have the more complex views and URLs. Then we're gonna be having some templates with HTML and CSS, more complex code. Then we're gonna have forms and peek, let's say, about Git and repository. All right. So this is the first thing. I just want to make sure that everyone have access to this document, please. We're gonna start from page 53, okay? From what's called QuerySet. Just make sure that you have opened the document. I would like also to mention that we have something called Slack. I would recommend you guys all register within our Slack channel. Slack is what I would call it is usually like, I would call it a fancy WhatsApp in a way. So this is our GDG WTM Kuwait chapter Slack, where you can communicate with all of us. I'll be sending the link as well within the group. Try to register in that in this channel. You could reach all of the co-hosts as well as the speakers through the Slack channel. Okay, I just sent you the link. Please look into it and try to join. We will be doing like something called Django channel, where we will add the links and the videos. I've already sent yesterday's video in the general. This will be removed and it will be uploaded on YouTube once it's edited, inshallah. Any question before we start? Okay, so just make sure that all of you guys have your Google Shell opened. So click on the console. It will activate your console. Then just make sure that you're on GDG Django projects, as you can see what I'm pointing out right now. Then click on the Activate Cloud Shell, okay, which will open. Okay, so once your console open, we can do like open in a new window. Just close this. Okay, So this is your console and this is your editor, where we have all the project file that we have created yesterday. So everything's supposed to be there. Okay, just make sure that you activate your own virtual environment. The way that you can verify whether your virtual environment is active or not is having like parentheses or brackets over here. So basically what we're going to do is source virtual directory bin dash activate. Okay, you're supposed to have something like that within your console. This means that you have an active virtual environment. Many of you guys yesterday have contacted me regarding running some commands within Django because, and you had an error because your virtual environment wasn't activated. Okay, this is the command that we need to run to activate the virtual environment. I'll also paste it within the chat for an easier copy paste. Okay. Again, you need to make sure that you have the brackets with the directory name over here. This means your virtual environment is active. Okay. Once you've done that, please just make sure that you cd to virtual environment block. Okay. And then make sure that you can see that's virtual directory block over here. So this is virtual environment, and this is our path into our directory or the folder. Okay, I'll just copy, paste this command as well within the group, within the chat. I keep saying group. Okay, ls just to make sure, yeah. So we're good to go. ls means list, which is to show all of your files under the block directory. If you have all of those files that I have highlighted here, you're good to go. Okay. Does anyone have issues? Some of you are contacting me privately. Or beside those, anyone else have issue? Please type within the group, yes, within the chat, yes. If you have issue, please type yes. If not, type proceed. Jasmine, what's your error? I bear also an error for what? No such file. On which command? Okay. I can't connect the HTML page. Do you have the error that's, this is for Jason. They have, let me see, they have this error, or it's an error in your console? for OOWW. You said you cannot install Django. I'm guessing you don't have. You install Django after you install and activate your virtual environment. Okay? If you missed yesterday's session, then definitely you will be missing out. Please refer to the documents. You can follow up, or you can just watch this recording of today's lesson. Is it a blank, Jason? Is it a blank page? It doesn't display? Okay. If anyone have issue, please contact one of the co-hosts, Seham, Rajnish, Irfan, will help you. We would like to proceed with the lesson right now. Again, for those who have everything set, please go to the page 53, and Hunaid will start with the query set.
Thank you, Ms. Arwa.
Thank you.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to the workshop GDG Django for today. And as we have done a lot yesterday, we are expecting you to having the virtual directory in your system and the virtual environment already activated in your system. So if you haven't activated your virtual environment, we will request you to activate it first using the command in the chat section we have already sent. Okay. So I'll be sharing my screen in just a moment. Okay. So we need to click on the Activate Cloud shell. So it will open one shell for you. I'll be repeating the process what Ms. Arwa has already did. So it will give you once again the how to, if you are a total beginner today and you have done all correct yesterday, then you can move with me today. Okay. So type source virtual directory / bin activate and click on enter. After clicking enter, you can see the virtual directory in the parentheses. Okay. Now write with me cd virtual cd virtual directory and click on enter. All right, and you can see all your files which we have made yesterday, the block file. So you need to paste the similar commands cd block to go into the block directory. Okay, so right now we are in the block directory. Again, type ls. You can see your manage.py file is there. Again, I'm repeating. You need to first write cd virtual environment virtual directory. Okay. The second command would be cd blog. Okay, and then you will be inside this this window which I am right now. Then you need to paste python manage.py and run your server once again. All right, click on the link provided here, and it will uh, say hi there, congrats, which we have done before. Okay. And before doing that, just go to your URL. Okay. And after the /, cut everything and write admin here and click on enter. You can see your author and your posts here, which you have made yesterday. So click on any of the authors. Okay. And you can see there, you have this author name here with the name Hunaid. I would like you to make 2 or 3 authors here. So we'll be using those names in our Python shell. So let's make a user. Let's make another user. Okay. We expect you have done this already before. Okay. All right. Now get back to your Cloud Shell again and press Ctrl C to stop the server, and we are going to start here. So let's type this command, Python manage.py shell, which you can get it from the document file here, and click on enter. You will be seeing an interactive console, and where we will be writing some more code, and we will be proceeding with how we can interact with the database through the Python commands, which Shuruk has explained yesterday, like how you can use Python for doing different things using the shell. All right. So don't forget to copy this command, Python manage.py shell, and you will be here. Okay. So we have some time constraints here, so I will be moving a little forward. So please follow up with me. So this is the coding post.objects.all. Like we have created the model with the name of post. Okay. So from that model, we are calling all the objects in the tables. Okay. And we will be entering this. We can see there is an error. The post is not defined. Okay, because we haven't imported here. Like, okay. To do anything in Python, we first need to import the libraries, the tables, and then we will proceed further with our code. So type with me from blog. Blog is the name of the project. This is the name. Models is the name of your file, and import post, which is the class name, which you can see here. We go upward in your models.py. You can see this is a class post. Okay, same here. This is the models.py, same. The name of your project, which is blog. So copy this command, copy this code, and enter it. Okay. Okay. Here's one typo in the documentation. So on place of blog, you need to type man, which is your application name. So please add this. Please use this code from main.models import posts. I've sent you in the chat section. You can take it from the chat section. So from from main.models import posts, and then we can type the same command, which is post.objects.all. So we are calling all the objects in this particular database table, so we can see what's inside this table. If you can see my screen, if you can't see my screen correct, I can let me. Okay, so you can see there's one post which with the name of how to make a blog using Django, which I have entered yesterday. So you can see this model is already there. All right. And now with using the Python shell, we can create more authors. We can create more posts without going to the browser. Whatever we can do here in the browser, the same exact thing we can do using the code also. So there's the motive of going through this session of on Python shell. So whatever you can do using your mouse in your browser, the same exact thing you can do using writing code. So many developers, many people like to write code, and some people like to go through the backend and add stuff and add authors. Right now, our server is not running. No problem. Okay, so let's create an object. This is how you create a new post object in your database. So type with me post.objects.create. Author would be me. Okay. Title would be you can give any title. A shell blog. Okay. The text is the field in which you will explain about your blog, like what is a shell blog. So I will be explaining. Okay, you can type anything you want, and just need to take care of inside the single quotes. Okay, and then write close the parenthesis and click on enter. Okay, you can see there is a name error. The name me is not defined. The name me is not defined because you have to put your username here, which we have seen in our like the name of the author. We have to paste here. So I will go back. I will add my name. Okay, so the name of the author is Hunaid, the one you have provided in the Django admin. Okay, then you can click on that, and it will tell you that Hunaid is also not defined. Okay, it's the name Hunaid is not defined because we haven't imported from the models admin. There's also an admin file in the Python shell. So whatever we are importing, we need to tell the shell first, like we need to import this user, and then we will start with that. All right. I'm going from starting. Okay. First, you need to import the models. The second thing you need to import is your user, which will be we can type this command. You can copy this command on page number 56. Okay. All right. So copy this command from Django contrib auth models. You are importing the username, which is the author name. Okay. Now, if you write this code in your shell object user.objects.all, you can see all your usernames which you have assigned in the Django admin. So as you can see here, you can see admin and Arwa. These are the two users which we have in our system. All right. These are the super users, we can say. So you can memorize the names as you will be using these names also ahead. Okay. Now what you can do, you can give a parameter. in programming language, we give something, a parameter, which is called a parameter, okay? And the parameter is used with the variable. So here, me is the variable, okay, which will be using these parameters to, so we don't have to write all this code again and again. We will just be using me, me, for our other code, okay? So users.object, user.objects.get, and the username is, you can either select one of your username which you have created as super admin, which you can see in your query set, okay? For me, it's admin and Arwa, but for you, it would be different. So take care of the user, what it's showing you in your query set, and type it here in the single quotes. I'll be using Arwa here, okay? Click on that and enter. If it's not showing you an error and you have done this step, please give me a yes in the chat section. Okay, great. If you are having some difficulty in writing these commands and you're getting an error, please tell us about in the chat section with no. All right, let's move ahead. Okay, so the other, now we will create our post using the shell, not from the browser. We will be using the shell and we will create one new post. So here we will run the same command which we have run before, but we get into error before. But this time we will not. So from post, okay, we are calling objects. Okay, objects means all the things which are in the post. Like let's say author, this is an object. Title, this is an object. Text, this is an object. Okay, so if we are calling objects, then we are calling all the fields we have assigned in our coding system. Okay, so create is kind of a function. Okay, so what create will do, it's an action which will put all these values inside this. So let's use author. Now author is equal to me. Why we are not putting me inside a single quotes? Because it's not a it's not a name, it's a variable. And that variable, we have also already assigned a code to that variable. So when we will be running this me here, it will take this code automatically from here and it will paste it here. And then we will put the title. Okay, title, let's say sample title. If you are not familiar with the variable, I can show you one more example after this. Okay, title, and then give the text, which is test blog example, and close the quotes and close the parentheses as well. Okay, it's giving me an error. It's saying the name user must be an author instance. Okay, so what it's saying here is it can't import from the module post. So we'll be going again through this. So let me increase the size of my window. Okay, let's enter the shell again. If you find any problem with the error, or I'm getting out of the shell because of the screen, I think you will not be seeing what I'm writing down. That's why I'm going out of the shell and again typing. Okay. So we'll be importing man.models from man.models import post. Okay. From man.models import author. Okay. Because author is also is there in the models. And then the third would be from Django dot contrib dot auth dot models import the user. No problem. If you're getting an error, you need to copy all these three commands in a queue and then start again with me. So we'll be sorting out the objects. Okay. Then you can write these commands again with me. Post dot objects dot all. It will show you one of your posts. Okay. Then you need to see what are the users you doing this. So user dot objects dot all. You can see two users here. Okay. These users you can say these are there are two types of users now. Okay. The one is the super user and the other one is the author. So you don't get confused between the user and the author. All right. We are putting me as user dot objects dot get. Username as admin. Okay. If you click me, it will if you write me it will say the user is admin. Okay. Similarly, if you type if we are using variable, and similarly if you want the same thing to be do with the title variable, you can say here is title, my title is equal to this is my sample title. Okay. And you can click on enter. Okay. And for the text, my text, which is equal to test text. So we are providing for all of these values. Okay. We are providing one variable to all of those. Click on enter. Then copy this code. Okay. You can type with me if you are following me on the variables. Okay. Post dot objects dot create author is me. Okay. Title is my title. See, why I'm typing my title here, because I've already assigned my title as this string. Okay. So if you want, if you don't have put as a variable here, then you can copy this. Okay. And paste it out here. So it's exactly same. I'm just referring to my title, nothing else. Okay. And for the text, I'm referring to the variable to the variable my text. Okay. If it's giving you an error, you can check the error. Just a second, I'm going to the troubleshooting here. We need to check the models. Okay. I think there's one coding problem here I've got into. Just a second. Type post dot objects dot all. You can see the okay, let's check the code upwards. Let it be auth dot users user. Okay, save it. Exit. Okay. Let's go one more time on this. Okay. Let's set the same thing again. User dot. Let's say not to use user here. Let's use author dot objects dot get and give the name as Arwa. I've imported the user, the author model also. Okay, let me check once again the code. You can see two users here, a user and Hunaid. All right. So those users are not available in the user section. So let's, it was my bad. So let's go again and we will use these users as the to make a new post. Okay. Let's give the name as user. Okay. Author is me. Title is sample title. All right. So yeah, okay, it's working fine now. Okay. Sorry for the little delay from my side. I was troubleshooting the problem. Okay. So the problem which I was facing here, it was you need to check what are the authors you have in your list. Before it was showing me Arwa and admin. That's why I was a little confused with the names. But if you check it in your admin page in your browser, you can see there are two users, a user and Hunaid, and the same name you have to copy and you have to paste it when you give the uh, uh, set the parameter and the variable here as user. Okay, great. So now you can copy post.objects.all, and you can see you have two posts, and you have two posts, and now you can make a more post using the same command. Okay, same code of piece of code, and the exact same thing you are doing in your browser. The same thing you can do in your Python shell. Now filtering objects. The big part of the query sets is the ability to filter them. Like you can extract your data from the uh, post. Okay, like if you want to extract the time zone, if you want to extract the test, okay, you want to extract the name of the author which has made that post, so you can use the filter command here. Okay, and let's use this filter command. Post dot objects dot filter. Here the author is me. The filter command is it's an action, okay, in Django. Okay, it's a keyword, and it what it will do, it will whatever you will, it's used to search basically in all your objects. Like objects mean post mean everything in the post. Okay, objects means related to post. It will give you everything in the post, and uh, from that everything, all the piece of code you want to filter something, then you can write here as the author is equal to me, and it will only will give you the name of the authors. Okay, so this is how you can use filters, and also you can use the same command, same code to filter title, whichever the title contains something like Django. Can't use Django. Here I can't use underscore. I don't know why in my shell, but I need to use the shell. Let me copy this command if it works. Same thing. Okay, yeah, it's working now. So if you filter it with the name Django, okay, it will give you the query set, like with the this is the post with the name of Django. So basically it's used for the searching, okay, in your Python shell. These are the basic commands of Python, okay, and you can use it in shell only for the Django, because now Python shell of Django is a little different from Python shell of the simple Python 3 shell. Okay. Now we will import one more library. This code is exactly same as we have used in the models.py files. Okay, we are importing time zone as a library. Okay, and then we will use the same piece of code, post.objects.filter. This time we will be filtering on the name of published date. Okay, LTE, and the time zone will be time zone.now in the double parentheses, because time zone.now is it's a function. We are calling the function of time zone, which is now. Okay, we can also tell that now we can tell different functions of the last one to 1 week, like this. So these are the actions. So it will give you the filter publish date on how to make a blog using Django, okay, which has been created lastly, like yesterday it was created. So these are some of the commands you can go through and run in your terminal, as we are constrained with the timings, okay, for the other sessions to begin. This is one of the interactive shells. If you want to go more in depth with these commands, you can go and use different actions. Like you can see here, we can sort it. Let me zoom it for you. Okay, so here we are making an action of order by, okay, order, like in which order it was created. So you can make the order as created date, okay, so it will give you the sorting of when it was created by one, okay. We have this created date, we have published date, okay. All these fields are coming from this models.py file, okay. You can see here the created date. It's nothing new. We are not entering by our own manually the names. These all have been the part of the columns of the database. Okay, so these rows, these names are, these fields are coming from here, and that's why we are pasting it here. If you go down, you can see a minus, a dash signature, dash, okay, in front of the created date. It means reverse the action. Okay, so let's run this. Copy this code in your shell and run it. So you can see now the sample title is first and this is second. And if I run the same command without the minus sign, it will give me the first come first. Okay, how to make a blog using Django, it was entered by me yesterday, and then today I entered the sample title. But if I use the minus sign here, it will opposite. It will give me the opposite results. So there's the theory behind this. Okay. Now, if you want to filter it by more than one parameter, okay, you want to filter it by published date also, but you want to filter it by the the last published date. Okay, this is the last published date, and this is the published date ordering of all the items. Then you need to copy this code from here. Just try to copy the first line only, not the other lines. Okay, paste it in your terminal, and you can see only one result showed up. Okay, because this was created yesterday, not today. So only the filter which was just created LTE like a day before, and it's showing you the same thing. If yesterday I've created 3, 4, 5 blogs, then it would have given the list of all the 5 blogs, and not for the today. So it's an exclusive and or functions goes on, and you can use the same things in Python shells also. To exit this shell, you can type exit and the parentheses, okay, closing, and you can click on that, enter. So it will take you out of the shell. Okay, if you again want to log into the shell to see, you need to run Python manager server. Okay, you need to import all your database libraries which you have imported here, you can see. Okay, and then you can work with that. So right now we are running the server again, so you can see, hi there, congrats. And now we can move ahead with different content, and the next trainer instructor will take me over on this part. Thank you so much, and I hope you will learn something from this. And it needs you to it needs a little practice from your side. You will encounter lots of errors while making this, and inshallah you will get we all will get more good with this in time. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.